Today I want to give an overview of our G-Fence fence shock detection system. At the end of this presentation, I also want to demonstrate our technology. On this fence panel, I'll actually demonstrate the sensing technology. Now, the G-Fence actually is a fence shock detection system that can protect up to 2 miles of fence. One of the unique features of the G-Fence is that it can give you precise localization to a 10-foot area where an event occurs. So therefore, if you have an alarm condition on one panel, you can refer to an event log and it'll say that this particular panel, number 4 sensor, basically has went into alarm. The other advantage of that event log is that you can actually program PTZ cameras to actually look at that specific area of the fence line where that intrusion or event has occurred. Now, the G-Fence is consisting of a MaxiBus, which is a head-in unit, a control unit, a link termination unit, and also the sensor cable, which is an accelerometer. An accelerometer is a new technology, and it's similar to what you have in your iPhone in that it gives you an XYZ axis. The benefit in the accelerometer technology is that it gives you basically the sensor that is doing the technology and the sensing, not the cable. The problem you have with competitive products that use microphonic cable is they're very sensitive to damage on the cable during the install. If they get cut or twisted, the cable, they lose performance and they have degradation of the performance of the system. If you look at this particular panel, what we have is we have installed 2 of the G-Fence cables, sensors, and the reason we've done that is so that we can actually demonstrate its immunity to, let's say, wind conditions. I'm going to move the fence similar to what would be caused by the wind, and you'll see that the sensors will discriminate because they will say that this movement is occurring in the same axis on both sensors. It's not an intrusion, it actually is some sort of inclement weather condition. We have the control unit. In this control unit, it's solar powered. The solar power basically has the ability in total darkness, if it was covered or blocked, it would last the system 5 weeks without an issue. At the end of 5 weeks, what happens is that it would actually say that you've got 1 week of battery life left, so you better do something because I'm going to have trouble in about a week. This control unit enables you to adjust a roll of sensors, and the way the sensors work is that they come 40 sensors to a 100-meter roll, and when you would install these sensors on a fence line every 10 feet with a panel, let's say 10 feet wide, 12 feet high, what will happen is that in this control unit you're able to adjust the sensitivity and the number of impacts on the entire roll of cable. Or if you had a situation whereby, let's say, part of that fence was in a not as good a condition, it was older and the fabric was a little bit loose, you can go and you can dial in a specific sensor and actually adjust that to a lower sensitivity and to a higher number of impacts. Or let's say, for instance, you were near a gate where you say it's a sensitive area, we want to have this particular sensor not be quite as sensitive as the rest of the sensors in the system. It consists of a control link unit, termination unit, and what happens is that to show this demonstration is that what I'm going to do is move this fence similar to what you would have with the wind blowing. As you can see, these 2 sensors are not activating because they're moving in the same axis, whether that be X, Y, and Z. So the sensor is discriminating, system is discriminating, indicating that this is probably caused by the wind. If I have an impact, it's basically saying that that is an intrusion and that is a cut and climb, and so therefore I need to have an alarm signal from that sort of an impact.